Oh man, I swear I can still feel that crunch of metal. My name is Valeri, and I'm an American, but with roots that probably stretch back to Kiev somewhere, judging by my name and my love for borscht. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's something Slavic in me. This happened last summer, and honestly, I'm still trying to figure out if it was just a horrible day, or if some cosmic karma finally caught up to me for eating the last slice of pizza at lunch. The moment life hits pause. I was driving on I-95, a rough highway, South Jersey. It was a Friday, about 5 in the afternoon, and that means traffic apocalypse. All I dreamed of was my couch, a cold Coke, and not having to make any decisions. I was in my old but reliable Ford Explorer. Naturally, I was listening to 80s hits, singing along to Boney Tyler, when suddenly I saw the flow of traffic ahead break hard. I, of course, slammed on my brakes. My car obediently dipped its nose and stopped. I sighed in relief. Whew, made it. I didn't even have time to turn off Total Eclipse of the Heart when I heard it. Bam! Now, it wasn't a gentle tap. It was the sound of a truck deciding that my trunk was its personal parking space. I was thrown forward. The seatbelt dug into my chest and my head hit the headrest. Everything spun. And for a moment, I thought I saw stars in the middle of the day. The first minutes of chaos. When I came to, the cabin smelled of burnt oil and deployed airbags. You know, that chemical, acrid smell. The music kept playing, but it was total dissonance now. I tried to move. Luckily, nothing was broken, just aches all over my body. I managed to climb out of the car with difficulty. My Explorer looked like it had been chewed up by a giant metal animal. The back end was completely crumpled. Behind me was a massive pickup truck, whose driver, a young guy with terrified eyes, immediately jumped out and started apologizing. "Oh my God, I was distracted by the GPS. I didn't see you stop." He was practically crying. 7 cars. Can you believe that? I was the third one, but the chain reaction went on. A total of 7 mangled vehicles scattered across 3 lanes of the interstate. It was a real metal collage. The resolution: paperwork warfare and bureaucracy. In the States, when a large-scale accident like this happens, everything turns into a war of nerves, papers, and insurance companies. Police and report. We called 911. The police arrived quickly, closed off the lanes, and started writing the report. This took hours. I tried to stay calm, even though my neck was screaming in pain. The most important, the police clearly established the at-fault party. It was the pickup driver who rear-ended me. This was the decisive moment for my insurance claim. Information exchange. We exchanged insurance info and phone numbers. I took hundreds of photos of the damage to my car, his car, and the overall scene. Photos are your best witness. Tow truck and hospital. My Explorer was towed away to the junkyard, and I was taken to the hospital for examination. Thank God, only a concussion and severe whiplash. That's when your neck snaps forward and back. Not critical, but it requires time for treatment. The insurance battle. The real fun began when I started dealing with the insurance companies. My insurance, requirement number 1. Since I wasn't at fault, I had to work with the at-fault driver's insurance company. But my insurance, of course, assisted me. They opened a claim immediately and helped arrange a rental car. The at-fault driver's insurance, requirement number 2. They tried to drag out the time. This is a standard tactic. They were checking if the total amount of damages, and there were 7 cars, exceeded his policy limit. If it had, I would have had to personally sue him for the difference. Vehicle appraisal. A week later, I got the notice. Total loss. My Explorer was beyond repair. The insurance paid me its market value. I naturally negotiated, providing ads for similar models, and they raised the offer slightly. This is key. Never accept the first offer. Medical compensation. This was the toughest part. Whiplash treatment, physical therapy, medications lasted almost 2 months. I hired a car accident lawyer. It's a standard practice in the States. The lawyer secured a settlement where the at-fault driver's insurance covered all my medical expenses and paid me an additional sum for pain and suffering. It didn't make me rich, but it fully covered all costs. What I took away from it. This event was awful, but it taught me 2 things. You don't control everything. I was safe, I stopped in time, but someone else's mistake ruined my evening plan, my car, and added 2 months of stress to my life. Sometimes life just throws crap at you, and you have to clean it up. Bureaucracy is also an accident. Dealing with insurance is just as exhausting as the crash itself. But if you're organized, keep all your documents, photos, and hire a good lawyer, you'll come out ahead. I bought a new Ford, little smaller, and now when I drive on I-95, I check my rearview mirror like an owl. And you know what? I listen to country now, because Bonnie Tyler reminds me of the smell of burnt rubber and the pressure of a seatbelt. That's my American story about the car accident. It was tough, but everything worked out in the end. Would you like me to invent which car Valeri bought to replace his wrecked Explorer and why he chose it?